All right, so now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use a limiter. A limiter is to create a certain level whereby no sound exceeds that level, so that there is a standard that the sound does not go beyond. The limiter also uses a similar principle like the compressor, uses the same threshold ratio. It just has a different working principle. The principle here, this acts more like a noise gate, but instead of dealing with low soft sounds with noise gates, is dealing with your high peaks. When you're dealing with your limiters, you're dealing with the peak of the signal. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to listen to my sound and assume a certain level. So I can see my signal here is peaking at some part at -1.4. Let me just set a level that anything above -3 dB should be removed from my signal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll just simply come to my effects here and look for my limiter. Sometimes they come in different forms depending on the DAW or software that you are using, but they all have the same principle irrespective of which software that you are using. So right now, this is my limiter. I have my threshold here. All I need to do is set my threshold to -3.0. all right, let's say -3.2, and then when I apply OK, what happens? You notice that it takes off the peak signals. To make this more obvious, let's undo and set my limiter to -6 so you can see it acting effectively. Let's do this. Set it to -6 dB. Okay, -6.2 is fine, and then let's click on OK. Now you see that it has dropped it down. It's more obvious now that it has affected your signal, but this is killing a lot of the dynamics. It's making it look too machine-like, which is not very realistic. So I click on undo it. I need some peaks in the signal, so what I'm going to set my limiter back to, set it back to -3 dB. In case you don't want to click on knobs, you can just -3 dB. Okay, and then click on OK. All right, so yeah, here you have it. You have my audio signal, and then I can save it, Control S, and that's about that.